Hi. I just wanted to share that I spoke to a student from Japan yesterday who recently arrived in Canada. He's been there for about 2 months only. And so we talked about culture shock. The interesting thing is he's been there a short time and he's already integrated himself into a sports team that he found. So he plays his sport back home and he wanted to continue playing. So the reason I mentioned this is because it's actually quite rare that I hear a new arrival jumping in so fast. In fact, I often speak to people who never feel so comfortable enough to integrate into the general society, and instead they stick to what they know and their own culture. So we talked about one of the main differences with his own culture back home, and that's the direct way in which Canadians will often give you feedback. On the one hand, he said, they're really encouraging you and they teach you to play better and they communicate more. But I asked him, did he ever feel offended or did he feel they were rude? They can seem rudish, he said, which was his polite way of saying he knew it was a cultural thing. So I understand it can seem humiliating for someone from a different culture when errors are pointed out, or you feel, you stand out for something that you don't feel is a positive thing. So you may take things more personally. And on that point, when I moved back to Mexico as an adult, I learned the hard way that I had to really prepare in both writing and speaking how I should ask for something or give feedback, because I was very direct. So it's changed over the years, but we still need to be careful about how people receive comments. And even my sense of humor, my Canadian sense of humor, wouldn't go over too well either sometimes. So in Canada, we often don't really take things personally. We call it as it is and we fix it. The point of this is simply to help you be aware of the cultural differences so you can feel a little bit more comfortable putting yourself out there a little more. Another point that we touched upon is that while Canadians are often super friendly, they don't always open their homes to you as easily as we do here in Mexico. The idea of mi casa es tu casa is a bit different. And it takes a little longer. That warmth factor is a little bit different. So you may find yourself isolating yourself or sticking to your own culture where you feel safe. What's interesting about what he did is that he didn't let these cultural factors stop him from jumping in, joining a team, a social circle outside his own culture, which has benefited him greatly. He's making himself feel welcome. He's breaking the barriers. He's breaking the ice. And like he said, communication is the best way. So sometimes we just need to put ourselves out there a little more. What he told me he does is he asks questions all the time and he gets answers. So people love to teach you. They love to help you if you ask, because if you don't, they don't know you need to know something or you need help, because everybody's so busy with their own lives. So ask, reach out, and you'll be very pleasantly surprised. So he also, I have to say, is learning vocabulary, idioms, and lots of expressions like 10 times faster than other people I know because of this. So I just wanted to share this experience with you, his experience, because I thought it was pretty outstanding and a really good example of how sometimes we barricade or isolate ourselves. So join a group, join a club, move out of your comfort zone when you're ready, and you'll learn so much, and people will be lucky to meet you. Until next time.